Highlights of Miles' livestream broadcast on December 22, 2019. The Expose Revolution very widespread and has become very influential. Wang Qishan encourages eating dogs. Miles said that he's in the mountains today in Arizona and complimented the nature view. He also said that the Expose Revolution has become so influential that he's surprised by how widespread it is. For example, Miles said that heard people saying everything is just the beginning of when they greet each other, a popular slogan of the Expose Revolution. One of Miles' friends asked him how are US and China different from one another. Here's Miles' answer: the Chinese people live in a techno-authoritarian modern slave state, whereas the American people live in a civil modern democracy. One of Miles' friends who's also an Expose Revolution supporter had just come back from China. He told Miles about his meeting with Wang Qishan and how shocked he was to find out that Wang Qishan supported eating dogs. He said that Wang Qishan went as far as quoting the Culture Revolution as a reason for supporting eating dogs. Famine and economic crisis caused by the Culture Revolution meant that many people couldn't feed themselves, so the government made it legal to eat dog meat. After hearing the story, Miles lamented that the CCP is not only suppressing the Chinese people but also Chinese dogs. More important people will be found out behind the Guo Baosheng case. Miles said that behind Guo Baosheng stand Bruno Wu and fake Christian priests who secretly work for the CCP to help the CCP to infiltrate the U.S. Many people use religion as a cover to gain U.S. political asylum, but in reality, they are working for the CCP to take advantage of the poor Chinese immigrants who had just moved to America. Miles said that he's determined to make Guo Baosheng tell the truth to the world so that the whole world can know about the people behind him and their ties to the CCP. An Expose Revolution supporter, Chu Shutai, went to both of the court hearings where Miles sued Xia Yaoyang and Guo Baosheng respectively, and Miles thanks her for her support. Miles also said that the next step in the Guo Baosheng case is to find out who paid for his legal fees. Miles said that if Guo Baosheng doesn't tell the truth then he will face dire consequences for his actions. Guo Baosheng has his wife to testify in court as a witness, and tried to influence her while she was testifying by yelling at her, which was called out and stopped by the judge. After witnessing such a scene, Miles felt extremely bad for Guo Baosheng's wife, so that Miles stopped his lawyers from cross-examining Guo Baosheng's wife because Miles thought it would embarrass her. Miles commented on Guo Baosheng's pale look while he was in court, possibly as a result of him finally understanding the consequences of his actions. Yet when the court finished he still had to take a picture with Jiang Tao to publish online so that they can show the world that they won the case. Miles said that the reason for that is because the people behind Guo Baosheng doesn't want him to be seen as a fraud because they still want to use him as a front to collect donations and keep the fraud going. Miles encourages everyone who was present at the court to do a special broadcast and tell the world about the details of the case as well as Guo Baosheng's pitiful permocams in the courtroom. Although Miles had been very critical of Guo Baosheng and even sued him in court, Miles said that if he ever was in a situation where Guo Baosheng was being treated unfairly then he will provide assistance to Guo Baosheng because we are all Chinese. We and all of the Chinese people have only one enemy, the CCP. Collecting evidence for Guo Baosheng and wife's frauds. Miles called upon all of Expose Revolution supporters to gather evidence about Guo Baosheng's wife's frauds. For example, her PayPal account and/or receipts of donations to her. Despite this, Miles said that he will try to not give her too bad of time because he feels bad for her. It is not allowed to be present in the courtroom unless called by the judge if you are a witness testifying in court. Xiang Shanbin was evicted from the courtroom because of this. Miles explained that he provided lunch and food for everyone who was present in the courtroom. Yet Guo Baosheng was arguing with his people over a meal that cost much less than Miles' West End meals. How pitiful. Miles said that one of his American friends, who himself is a wealthy businessman and is very familiar with the CCP, got so angry at Guo Baosheng's attempt to bring shame to the U.S. court and to Judge Alex that he decided to take actions against those hypocrites like Guo Baosheng. Miles said that he will inform all relevant parties of Guo Baosheng's conviction of frauds, including but not limited to his banks, insurance companies, social media, etc. Miles said that Guo Baosheng is sued in another 3 states in addition to Virginia, and he will spend the next few months running between these 3 states and fighting lawsuits. Miles encouraged everyone who has ever donated money to Guo Baosheng to contact Sarah, Mulan, or Lude, no matter how small the donation might be. Thanks for watching.